Gentlemen, imagine hearing that the pressure in your lower abdomen, the sleepless nights, shuffling to the bathroom, and the slow drain on your stamina are not an automatic sentence of aging. Imagine learning that a single natural food can begin easing an inflamed prostate in as little as 18 hours. I am not pointing you to another prescription or a risky procedure. I am talking about something you can toss into your cart at any supermarket. Something many of you have enjoyed for years without knowing it to change your day-to-day life. I am Dr. Isabella Marlowe. For over 3 decades as a urology professor and men's health clinician, I have watched thousands of men in their 60s, 70s, and 80s reclaim comfort, confidence, and freedom. They did it not by stockpiling bottles in the medicine cabinet, but by making small targeted shifts that let the body do what it was built to do. Here is what still surprises many of the men I meet. This fruit does more than support the prostate. It benefits the heart, the brain, and circulation. It quiets inflammation, restores healthy flow, and underwrites the strength a man deserves to keep. Medical journals back it up. Because no one can patent a piece of produce, you rarely hear the story. In the next few minutes, I am going to walk you through 5 potent fruits that protect and restore the prostate, including one I have seen help in under a single day. Stay with me because how you eat them matters as much as which ones you choose. Before we jump in, tap subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a prostate health update made for men in your stage of life. After you listen, leave a 1 in the comments if this helped, or a 0 if there is a way I can make it serve you better. Let's start with the first fruit on the list. It is bright, refreshing, and probably familiar. Very few men realize it can calm deep prostate inflammation while laying the groundwork for lasting relief and renewed vitality. 1. Citrus fruits, your anti-inflammatory kickoff. When you peel an orange and that bright aroma hits the air, or you taste a clean squeeze of lemon in water, it feels simple and familiar. Hidden in that freshness is a kind of repair most men never connect to the prostate. Plenty of men I meet think citrus is just a pleasant breakfast habit or a basic source of vitamin C. Once they hear how it can influence prostate comfort directly, they are doubtful at first, then convinced by what they feel. Lemons, oranges, and grapefruits carry bioflavonoids like hesperidin and naringin. These plant antioxidants do meaningful work in sensitive prostate tissue. Oxidative stress is the quiet troublemaker that keeps cells irritated and swollen. Bioflavonoids help neutralize that stress, dialing back inflammation, so the gland can begin moving toward a calmer, healthier size. Vitamin C adds another layer. Most of us link it to immunity, yet in men past 60, it becomes a vessel builder. Vitamin C supports collagen formation inside blood vessels, helping them stay flexible and responsive. Stiff vessels create resistance and pressure throughout the pelvis, which can press on the prostate and magnify urinary urgency. By improving vessel tone and flow, vitamin C helps ease that pressure, which can translate to smoother urination and fewer wake-ups at night. A story comes to mind. A man in his late 60s arrived exhausted. He was up 4 or 5 times nightly, too drained to join his early tea time with friends. We kept the plan simple. First thing each morning, he squeezed half a lemon into a mug of warm water and drank it slowly. 2 weeks later, he reported getting up only once or twice, and he finally felt rested. Nothing else changed, only the citrus ritual. It sounds almost too small to matter. That is the point. Straightforward steps done consistently often create the deepest shift. Citrus has another quiet advantage. It helps your body generate nitric oxide. That molecule relaxes and widens blood vessels, improving circulation to the heart, brain, and the pelvic region. Better flow supports healthier tissue function in the prostate and reinforces other aspects of male vitality that many men worry about, but rarely discuss. The benefits reach well beyond prostate comfort. Citrus bolsters immune defenses, making it easier to fend off infections. Its antioxidants and vitamin C support collagen, protect against free radical damage, and keep skin looking more vibrant instead of tired. It also nudges digestion in the right direction by stimulating bile-enhancing nutrient uptake and cutting down on post-meal bloating. When the gut runs smoothly, the whole system works with less strain, freeing resources for repair. Bringing citrus into your day can be simple. Start the morning with warm lemon water, using the juice of half a lemon in about 8 ounces of warm water, sipped slowly to wake the system. Sensitive to acidity. Begin with a smaller squeeze and build up. Rinse your mouth afterward to protect enamel. Add orange slices to breakfast snack on grapefruit or splash lime over salads in cooked dishes. Small, steady servings add up, delivering a continual anti-inflammatory lift. Part of citrus's power is its accessibility. No special store, no capsules or extracts. Just whole food that people have turned to for centuries. Mediterranean healers used citrus for cleansing and resilience, and Roman soldiers carried lemon-infused water to sustain strength on long marches. Modern research now echoes that wisdom, showing citrus as a reliable ally for overall resilience, especially for men looking to safeguard the prostate with age. There is one caveat. Citrus is not a cure-all. Think of it as the spark that starts the engine. By calming inflammation and improving blood flow, it prepares your body to make better use of other nutrients. It is like tending the soil before planting. Once circulation improves and irritation subsides, the next foods you add can deliver more targeted benefits to the prostate, which brings us to the next fruit on the list. It is small, bright green, and easy to overlook. Packed with a distinctive enzyme and a supportive nutrient profile, it tackles inflammation from a different angle. Many men think of it as a tangy bite and nothing more. Once you see what it does inside the body, you will understand why it ranks among my top choices for prostate support. 2. Kiwi, the vibrant anti-inflammatory workhorse. Slice through the fuzzy brown skin and you uncover a bright emerald center, a little jewel that most people treat as a garnish. For years I did too, until experience in clinic taught me that kiwi is far more than a tangy add-on. For men's health, especially when chronic inflammation keeps the prostate irritated, this fruit earns a place on the daily roster. Take Calvin, a 72-year-old former park ranger, who came in worn down by urgency, a weak stream, and that heavy pelvic pressure that turns simple outings with his grandkids into endurance tests. Medications left him woozy and off balance. He wanted relief without trading one problem for another. I asked him to try something simple, fresh kiwi every day as real food, not a supplement. He gave me a skeptical look, then agreed. Kiwi is stacked with vitamin C, often outpacing an orange, and that antioxidant payload shields prostate tissue from oxidative stress, the slow internal rust that fuels swelling. It also brings vitamin E, potassium, and a range of polyphenols that help quiet inflammatory signaling and support cellular resilience across the board. Its secret weapon is an enzyme called actinidin. Digestion and prostate comfort are more connected than most realize. When protein sits heavy and the gut barrier is stressed, irritants can slip into the bloodstream and stoke body-wide inflammation, the prostate included. Actinidin improves protein breakdown, easing digestive burden and lowering that inflammatory load. In practice, men often notice not only fewer urinary disruptions, but steadier energy and greater day-to-day comfort. The data match what I see. Regular kiwi intake has been associated with reductions in key inflammatory markers, such as C-reactive protein and interleukin-6. Lowering those numbers is like easing a stuck pressure valve, giving the body room to settle and recover. For Peter, the shift showed up within weeks. The urgency eased, his night stretched into real sleep, and by the end of the month he was back on the lake with his grandson, no longer plotting the closest dock for a bathroom break. Kiwi's impact reaches beyond the prostate. Its natural serotonin precursors can improve sleep quality, and deep restorative sleep is where real healing happens. Overnight, your body repairs tissue balances, hormones, and resets inflammatory signals. The fruit's ample potassium helps regulate blood pressure and support the heart, and compounds that temper mast cell activity can make breathing feel easier for men prone to seasonal allergies or mild respiratory irritation. Working kiwi into your day is straightforward. Have one medium fruit in the morning, ideally on an empty stomach when nutrient absorption is primed. Scoop it with a spoon drop. Slices into a smoothie alongside other anti-inflammatory fruits. Or blitz it into your lemon or lime water for extra flavor and support. If the fuzz puts you off, peel it, though the skin carries valuable fiber and antioxidants if you can tolerate the texture. What I appreciate most about kiwi is its quiet strength. It is gentle on the system. Allergies are uncommon, and it is available in nearly every grocery store. Used consistently, it adds up less inflammation, smoother flow, deeper sleep, and more energy for the things that make life feel like yours again. I have watched men who were certain only another prescription could help find steady relief simply by sticking with this small habit. Pairing kiwi's anti-inflammatory punch with citrus-driven vascular support lays the groundwork for the prostate to truly settle. And there is another fruit worth your attention. One with a deep dark hue that can reshape your nights by enhancing sleep and tackling an often overlooked driver of prostate discomfort. Once you understand what it does, you will never see it the same way. 3. Cherries, the restorers of sleep and stream. Cherries carry a certain nostalgia. I picture late summer light, a bowl piled high on the kitchen table, fingertips stained crimson. Beneath that simple pleasure is a fruit with some of the most reliable prostate support I have seen. Most men treat cherries as a short-lived treat here for a few weeks and gone. After decades working with older men managing urinary troubles, I have learned that they are a quiet workhorse, especially for improving flow and helping you sleep through the night. I think of Dennis, a 76-year-old former surveyor who arrived in my clinic utterly spent. He had not slept longer than 2 hours at a stretch in years. Each night followed the same script: bathroom bed doze, repeat, the urge returning before he could drift deep. It was wearing him down. When I asked about his diet and suggested tart cherries, he raised an eyebrow. Cherries for the prostate. Still, he agreed to try. Here is why they matter. Cherries are rich in anthocyanins, the pigments behind their dark red hue. These compounds are powerful anti-inflammatories, with a knack for dialing down COX-2, a key enzyme that drives inflammatory swelling. When COX-2 runs hot, prostate tissue swells, the channel narrows, and urination becomes strained. By naturally easing COX-2 activity, cherries help reduce that swelling, open the passage, and improve stream. They also offer a bonus few foods can match. Cherries contain precursors that support melatonin production, the hormone that keeps the sleep-wake cycle on track. For men like Dennis, that is pivotal. Restoring deeper, steadier sleep is not only about feeling rested, It gives the body time to repair tissue, steady hormones, and reset inflammatory signals. Within 3 weeks of adding a small glass of tart cherry juice to his morning routine, Dennis went from 5 nightly trips to 1 or 2. He told me he felt like himself again, and the clarity in his gaze that day was all the confirmation I needed. Cherries are allies for your blood vessels, helping them stay supple, and promoting steady circulation throughout the body, including the pelvic area. That circulation is central to prostate comfort and to overall male vitality. When blood flow falters, prostate symptoms often worsen and energy flags. By supporting vascular flexibility and oxygen delivery, cherries help turn that around and nourish the tissues that have been running on low. They offer another advantage that is easy to live with. Cherries act as a mild diuretic, encouraging the body to clear excess fluid and waste without the dehydration or electrolyte swings that can follow stronger diuretics or certain herbs. For older adults, that gentle effect makes them a smart, long-term choice. Putting cherries on your plate is straightforward. Enjoy fresh fruit when it is in season, taking out the pits. The rest of the year reach for frozen cherries, which keep their flavor and most of their nutrients, or pour a small glass of unsweetened tart cherry juice for a concentrated hit of active compounds. They slip easily into breakfast or a smoothie. If sugar is a concern, know that tart varieties are naturally lower in sugar than sweet ones, and choosing unsweetened juice keeps the impact on blood glucose modest. What stands out in practice is how quickly some men notice changes. For a portion, urinary flow and nighttime comfort improve within days. Others first feel the shift in their sleep, and the benefits ripple out from there. Better rest steadies mood, lifts energy, and eases tension. It is a reminder that the body works as a network. When one system steadies, others follow. The gains are not only physical. Fewer urgent trips to the bathroom and calmer nights restore a sense of control. Travel feels possible again. Hobbies and social plans return to the calendar. Cherries may look unassuming, yet they quietly reduce inflammation and bring balance back to daily life. Pairing cherries with other nutrient-dense anti-inflammatory fruits widens the shield around your prostate and overall health. There is a family of small, vividly colored fruits that take antioxidant defense up a level. They help keep vessels responsive, support clear, thinking, steady blood sugar, and provide ongoing protection for the prostate. Once you know which ones to reach for, it becomes clear why they are mainstays in the guidance I give to most patients. 4 berries. Your antioxidant. Bodyguards. When I picture berries, I think of early mornings at my aunt's farmhouse, a colander piled with blueberries and raspberries, the kitchen filled with their sweet scent. Back then, it was all about flavor. I had no idea those small bursts of sweetness carried some of the most concentrated protective compounds a man can put on his plate, particularly for the prostate. Over time, I have stopped seeing berries as simple snacks and started viewing them as shields. Day after day, the prostate is exposed to oxidative stress, tiny assaults from free radicals that irritate tissue and fuel chronic inflammation. Leave that process unchecked, and swell-and-builds urination becomes more difficult, and longer-term risks begin to climb. Berries are unusual because they concentrate a broad spectrum of antioxidants, especially anthocyanins and other polyphenols that neutralize those unstable molecules before they can do damage. Different berries contribute different strengths. Blueberries, with their deep indigo pigment, are rich in anthocyanins that encourage nitric oxide production, which improves circulation to the pelvis. Better blood flow brings oxygen and nutrients, supporting urinary comfort and sexual function together. Strawberries supply ellagic acid, a compound that helps keep abnormal cell growth in check, a quiet but important safeguard for the prostate. Raspberries are packed with anti-inflammatory constituents that help calm irritated tissue. Blackberries, often passed over, provide tannins that reinforce connective tissues of the pelvic floor, adding support that can ease pressure on the bladder and prostate. I think of Nolan, 73, who came in worn down by urgency and low energy. He felt as if his body had slipped out of his control and the strain was starting to show in his mood and relationships. Instead of another prescription, I asked him to start every morning with a mixed handful of berries, a simple bowl of blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries. 2 weeks later, he walked back in brighter. The rush to the bathroom had eased, his head felt clearer, and his stamina was better. He said it was as if someone had flipped a switch. Berries do far more than look after the prostate. They help the heart by supporting healthy blood pressure and keeping vessels supple. They feed the brain with compounds that sharpen focus and guard against age-related decline. They also smooth out blood sugar, preventing the swings that drain energy and fan inflammation. For men past 60, that trio of benefits, heart, brain, and metabolic steadiness, is the foundation of staying vigorous. What makes berries stand out is how gentle they are. They sit well, even for sensitive stomachs. They are endlessly flexible. Enjoy them fresh, pour them from a frozen bag, or steep a handful in water for a cool, lightly flavored drink. They come with few calories and plenty of fiber, so digestion runs better and you feel satisfied without being weighed down. Consistency is the secret. Aim for a cup a day to keep antioxidants circulating, protecting tissues, and calming irritation around the clock. Stir them into oatmeal at breakfast, whirl them into a smoothie, or pair them with a slice of whole grain toast. When summer arrives, fresh berries are a pleasure. In colder months, frozen fruit often delivers equal power because it is packed at peak ripeness. There is also a mindset shift that happens when vivid blues, reds, and purples show up on your plate. Those colors are a reminder that you are choosing care, not coasting. That intention matters. Health is built from daily choices that restore a sense of control over your body and your days. I have watched men regain confidence simply by committing to this bright, easy habit. When something tastes good, is simple to find, and quietly protects your most important systems, it becomes more than a snack. It becomes part of who you are. Even with all that said, one fruit still rises above the rest. It is the one I have seen deliver relief faster than any other, sometimes within 18 hours. It hydrates, cools inflammation, and carries a compound so valuable for prostate comfort that researchers have examined it for decades. When paired with the right healthy fat, its impact multiplies. Let me introduce the fruit I consider the prostate's quickest natural ally. 5 watermelon, champion of lycopene. There is a boyish joy in sinking your teeth into a chilled wedge of watermelon on a warm day, the sweetness, the rush of cool juice, the instant relief. Beyond the nostalgia, this fruit is a serious ally for the prostate. In men past 60, I have watched it deliver noticeable comfort faster than almost anything else, sometimes within a single day. Its secret is lycopene, the crimson pigment concentrated in red-fleshed watermelon. Lycopene is a powerful antioxidant with a particular affinity for prostate tissue. Once absorbed, it helps quiet chronic irritation, lowers oxidative stress, and supports healthier cellular function. Unlike many antioxidants, lycopene tends to accumulate in the prostate, building a protective reserve over time. I think of Patrick, a 70-year-old retired air traffic controller who had spent years mapping his life around restrooms. Medications dulled the edge but left him foggy and flat. I asked him to begin each morning with a generous bowl of watermelon and a small handful of walnuts. 2 days later, he phoned, surprised and hopeful. Last night, I only woke once. By the end of the week, he was sleeping through most nights. Watermelon's punch comes from more than antioxidants. With over 90% water, it gently hydrates and helps flush the urinary tract without overtaxing the kidneys. That steady hydration eases irritation while lycopene works in the background to settle inflammation. Absorption matters too. The lycopene in raw watermelon is already in a form your body can use, and pairing it with healthy fat boosts uptake even further. That is why I often suggest watermelon with a few nuts or seeds, a spoon of ground flax, or a light drizzle of olive oil, or blending it into a smoothie with a fatty add-in. The ripple effects extend beyond the prostate. As pelvic inflammation falls and circulation improves, men frequently notice a lift in erectile function. Better blood flow to one part of the pelvic system supports the rest. The result many describe is a return of warmth, confidence, and a sense of self that reaches well past the bathroom and the bedroom. Watermelon pulls double duty for your heart and your prostate by protecting the delicate lining of your blood vessels. That translates to steadier blood pressure, better circulation, and even quicker recovery after you move your body. In short, this fruit pays dividends across your whole system, not just one piece of it. Bringing it into your routine is straightforward. When it is in season, pick a melon that feels dense for its size with a creamy yellow field spot where it rested on the ground. Cube it and keep a container in the refrigerator so it is ready to go. Aim for 2 to 3 cups in the morning, ideally after a glass of warm lemon water to wake up digestion and get blood moving. If cold food unsettles your stomach, let the cubes sit out for 10 minutes before you eat. The secret is repetition. Treat it as a daily practice, not an occasional treat. What continues to impress me is how quickly many men notice a shift once they start. Some feel easier urination within a day. Others build momentum over a week or two. Consistency, hydration, anti-inflammatory action, and dense nutrition make watermelon a standout in any plan to calm the prostate. Healing does not always start at the pharmacy counter. Sometimes it starts at your cutting board with a ripe melon and a sharp knife. Nature often hands us what we need when we know where to look and how to use it. Now that citrus, kiwi, cherries, berries, and watermelon are on your radar, it is time to see how they fit together, and how small, repeatable choices can lay the groundwork for lasting comfort, strength, and vitality. The wrap-up below shows you how to put this into motion the simplest way to begin, and why your next step could be the turning point you have been waiting for. Conclusion: your stronger chapter starts now. We have walked through 5 of the most reliable fruit allies for your prostate. Citrus to spark circulation and cool inflammation. Kiwi to flood tissues with antioxidants and soothe from within. Cherries to restore steady nighttime rest and smoother flow. Berries to stand guard over your cells with relentless antioxidant support. Watermelon to deliver rapid relief through hydration and lycopene. None of these are exotic or hard to find. They are everyday foods sitting in the produce aisle ready to change how you feel. Across years of practice, I have watched men who were convinced their best days had passed reverse course. They were worn down by fatigue, broken sleep, and the quiet grind of living with a swollen prostate. Their turning point was rarely dramatic. It was consistent. A wedge of fruit in the morning, a cup of mixed berries at midday, a small glass of unsweetened tart cherry juice before bed. Day after day the body responded. Swelling eased, energy returned, confidence followed. This is not theory. It is what I have seen in real lives. Your body is not broken and it has not checked out. The discomfort you have been tolerating is not a verdict. It is a message asking for the right kind of support. Here is your challenge. Start tomorrow. Choose one of these fruits, make it part of your morning, and stick with it for 7 days. Watch what changes. Let those wins compound. Your stronger chapter is already within reach. It can begin with the simplest decision you make all day, giving your body what it has been asking for all along.